Hello, 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 Sir David the Bard. I'm coming to you from Kangaroo City down here in Australia. I had to turn my fan off so you could hear me. They say each time I do a video I'm looking worse, so I don't do that many videos because I don't want to look that much worse. Anyway, I got a little thing today that I was going to share with you. I flew into the Salt Lake Valley. Little Mickey flew me in, and she has a tough time landing in Salt Lake. Too many big planes, so she landed in Bountiful, Utah, and I just happened to see that the temple in Bountiful, Utah, excuse me, the top blew off the temple. There's no top to the temple, and I go, holy shit, what happened there? So anyway, I rented a car. I told Mickey to take some time off, let her sleep, because I was going to go on into Salt Lake City anyway, and I drove up. And sure enough, the top of the temple is gone. Gone. And I go, holy shit, what happened there? So I was driving around and around it looking for the debris, and there's no debris. I guess it went right to heaven, I don't know. But there's a scaffold that's like 8 stories tall. And I go, holy shit, I worked construction years ago when I was in Los Angeles. 8 stories is a long ways to fall down. I was on 20 and 30 story buildings, but 8 stories is a long way to climb up an open staircase on a scaffolding unit. So anyway, I had to stop one of the neighbors. And I said, hey, what's going on with the temple? The top is gone. Well, immediately he knew, and I knew, he was a Mormon, and he was trying to feel me up or feel me out. Maybe up too. I don't know these people. Anyway, I said, what happened to the temple? He said, well, they had to have a little maintenance on Moroni. I said, oh really? I said, is the temple still open? The parking lot is empty. And he said, now here's the key. Here's the key. Cults have important words and phrases to tell them who you are. And he said, well, it's Monday night. It's Monday night. What would that mean? To most of you, it doesn't mean a damn thing. But being a Mormon, I knew that Monday night was family home evening night. And no one goes to the temple. So they close the temple on Monday. No one's there. So I go back on Tuesday, and sure enough, there's people going into this building, and the little steeple. Remember the story about all the little people in the steeple? My mom used to do that with me. Well, the steeple is gone. Moroni is gone, and the building looks kind of like an institution, kind of looks like a psychiatric hospital, and I'm sure that's what it is. So anyway, I got on the computer, which I hope you do, and I looked up Moroni. I put Bountiful Temple Moroni, and sure enough, here's a picture. God, it's funny, of Moroni, and God was pissed off, and God struck him, I think on the right side of his face, and blew his head right off. It's gone. The right side of his face is gone. And his shoulder, he was raising his right hand to the square, I think playing the trumpet, or maybe he was doing the Pele Ale, I don't know, but he blew his shoulder off too. So he looked like shit. And I didn't know this, he's hollow inside. The whole religion is hollow inside, so they made Moroni hollow inside. So sure enough, he needs about $500,000 worth of maintenance. It must have been the lightning, and that's what the computer said, is that Moroni was hit with lightning. Now, if that was God's house, who would burn their own house down? Who would, strike the house with lightning and blow Moroni all to pieces there, and also blow up the steeple, which is thousands and hundreds of thousands of dollars to put back together? Well, you answer that question. I've got my answer to it. So anyway, Moroni was damaged. The side of his face was gone, so you could look inside. He had no brain, and he has a great big cord inside of him. And I guess They said in the article on him that gold is a perfect conductor of electricity. So only the Mormons would cover their statues with gold and then not expect lightning to hit them. So anyway, God was mad at the Mormons. Now, yesterday, look it up, yesterday in the Salt Lake Tribune, the newspaper, they reported an article that the Mormon Church is growing now at a rate that it grew at in 1935. The rate is almost stagnant. The only place the Mormon Church is growing is in Africa and the Philippines. Ignorant people who have no computer, no money, and nothing to compare it with. And when you wave $1 in front of those people or build a building that they can go to because they live in huts, they're going to join. And it's the lowest index that they've been able to measure of the growth of the Mormon Church. It's no longer the fastest growing church in the world. It's actually probably one of the slowest growing churches in the world now. And they're saying that basically if it wasn't for the babies being born to Mormons, it would be stagnant and or going backwards. So look it up, check it out, and the Bard don't lie. The Bard don't lie. I read it there. I used to get the articles for you and put them right below, but I'm lazy. I don't do that anymore. Jeez. And I want to look good. You know, my shirt, got me a new shirt, my little computer keeping me alive. You know, if the trolls could get this computer, they'd take it away from me, and anyway, I'm not dying. My health is basically good. I still have my little endeavor. I drive 1,500 miles a week. I drive 1,500 miles a week. So if I look a little tired or if I look a little frail, I probably am. I'm getting older. There's no doubt about it. I'm almost 70, and this weight is killing me. I just can't seem to get it off with the diabetes. But anyway, that's not your problem. It's my problem. So I just want you to know, remember, Pele Ale. Pele Ale. Oh God, hear the words of my mouth. Repeated 3 times. That's called the true order of prayer. And then you say, health in the navel, marrow in the bones, strength in the loins, and in this end use power in the priesthood be upon me and upon my posterity through all generations of time and throughout all eternity. That is the name of the second token of the Melchizedek priesthood, the patriarchal grip or sure sign of the nail. The first token of the Melchizedek priesthood is your hand held out like this, and then you pinch it like this, and that's called the Son, meaning the Son of God. So there's the first token. The second token I've already given you, and it's going backwards. People are more and more looking at their computer. They're more and more taking a look at the atrocities that have been committed by the leadership of the church. The only good people in the church are the ones that are going to church regularly and trying to be good people. They have no idea that the leadership of their organization is as wicked and as evil as it is. So anyway, look up Moroni. Remember now, this is not the first Moroni I've reported on. Moroni got blown up at the Bountiful Temple in South Jordan. He was hit with lightning and he turned black. Well, the Mormons fixed him almost overnight. They did not want a black Moroni, if you know what I mean. They fixed that. Well, the Moroni over there at the Cebu Temple, they had an earthquake over there, and he turned 180 degrees. Now let me tell you something. When you've got a bronze statue that's like 15 feet tall and weighs probably 100 tons or whatever, and it turns 180 degrees on your building, there's a problem inside your building. You're going to have some real repairs to do. So anyway, God says to the Mormons, please put a gold leaf statue on top of your buildings, and I'm just going to blow them off every couple of weeks. I'm going to find a new temple to blow off the angel. So anyway, only the Mormons are stupid enough to put that up there, and they say, well, it's a lightning rod. Well, is it? It might be, because it keeps blowing up. And they say, well, it won't hit the temple then. Well, it hit the temple, and I'm telling you, the steeple and all of the paraphernalia that holds that statue up in the air is gone. The temple is just flat. There's nothing there except scaffolding. So look it up. Have a good time. I'm feeling good, feeling strong, feeling good. Driving all that time. I drove to California, by the way. That's, what is that? That's 1,150 miles. Drove to Malibu. Played on the beach a little bit. I sat in a chair a lot on the beach. My kids played, and then my beautiful daughter, I went to her graduation, Abigail. She just graduated from high school, and she just took off for California. Decided to take 2 of her girlfriends and go on an adventure. So they went on down to California and got there safely. I hope she gets back safely. And my little Allison, she got a B+ average in her, let's see, she's going into 9th grade. She finished 8th grade. So Mercy's doing good. Ty is still doing portraits and charcoals of people in the community, making a little money at it. And Grandma got a job, and she works every 5 days. She has 2 days off a week and works every 5 days. She's got her own money, and here you've got immigrants coming into the country. They don't just sit on welfare. They basically get jobs, and they work, and they become part of the social fabric of American society. I'm doing good mentally, physically. I'm doing all right. Mercy's going to Europe, going to Amsterdam, and then going to tour Germany and Belgium and France again, and maybe Rome. And I'm going to be here all alone, and that's a good time for the Danites to get me, because there's nobody here. It's just going to be the bard by myself. So anyway, you guys have a nice day. Have goodness between you. Stand up for what's right. Do what is right. Let the consequence follow. There's a song they don't sing much anymore in the Mormon church. So anyway, if you see the Mormon church dropping wards and combining branches and stakes and manipulating, making it look like there's enough people, there's not. They're closing several wards in Salt Lake City, as a matter of fact. And in Europe, they've shut down mission fields and shut down stakes. And anyway, it's going backwards. And a lot of people have figured out what I figured out. It's just not true. So anyway, I'm going to... Whoa. I gotta fix my chair. Cherry up. This is the bard. Gone.